Hi, I'm Sophie from the dinner set, and today Jen, our chef, and I are going to show you 5 things that you can cook
in under 5 minutes
with a carton of eggs this Easter. Making meringue, it's a great last minute dessert. With 1 egg you can make an emergency pavlova, or it's enough for 4 small meringues as well.
The best way to decide how much sugar you need for your egg whites is to weigh the egg whites first. So I've got one, that was 35 grams. So I've got 35 grams of sugar here. First of all, we're just going to whip the egg white a little bit, add the sugar. There we go. Start again, and we're going to keep going this time until it's nice and stiff. What do I mean by nice and stiff? Exactly. Controversial, but I first had them in a wonderful bar in San Francisco and I was wowed. Other than the egg yolk, you can add something decadent like a little bit of truffle oil, chili flakes, grating a parmesan, or just the chips themselves are good enough. When you're making chips at home, I like to bake mine rather than deep fry them, a little bit healthier. I leave the skins on as well, because you know that way it pleases your mum. We use King Edwards. You want about 1 fist-sized potato per person for a side dish. And when you're choosing your potatoes, give a little squeeze. If they yield at all, then they're not the ones for chips, okay? So you want them to be nice and firm. Just give this a little wash. Cut them into the nice chip size that you want, be it big wedges or little skinny fries, whatever you want. Toss them with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt in the oven. Here's some we made earlier. On 190 for about 25 minutes, turning over about halfway through. So we've got our chips. On with the egg yolk. Give them a really good mix, and it gives them a glaze. It sets the heat of the chips or cook your egg yolks. You've probably got the ingredients at home in your cupboard. To go with 1 egg yolk, we're going to need half a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. We're going to need a nice generous teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and we're going to need a nice light oil like sunflower or rapeseed, or this is a really nice mild and light olive oil, and just a pinch of salt. The amount of oil you need will vary by the size of your egg yolk. Don't worry, they're all different. So we're just going to drizzle it in until it is thick enough. So in we go with the mustard, like I said, nice generous one. There we go. And this is a dessert spoon of vinegar. In we go. A little pinch of salt. Oil. We're going to dribble it in bit by bit. You can get a little bit faster as the whisking goes on. Oil quantity will vary by the size your egg yolk was, because they're all different. So just keep adding until it's thick enough.
So Jen, what do we do if it splits?
Don't panic. Grab 1 more egg yolk, put it in a clean bowl. Exactly the way I made it, whisk the whole split mess into the new egg yolk, and voila, it's fixed.
Excellent. Our next egg is going out in style. Steak tartare.
One of my all-time favourite things. It's a really impressive dinner party dish to make at home. You can make it in advance as well, so it's absolutely brilliant. What you're going to need is you're going to need about 4 to 5 ounce fillet steak. If you're on a budget, ask your butcher. You could get anglais, which is a nice French cut, a little bit fattier but just as tasty. We've got red onion. I like red onion instead of the classic shallot because I think it's a little bit milder. We've got cornichons, about 3 of those, 1 egg yolk, a little bit of mustard, some Tabasco sauce, pinch of salt, and some Worcester sauce. Now we're using raw eggs here, so you always want to make sure they're nice and fresh. But for a starter, I like to serve it with something like baguette. For a main course, it's classic to serve it with a green salad and a nice big pile of really skinny French fries. Egg yolk on the top. As you can see, we've got 00 flour here. That's important. Look for that. All supermarkets sell it now, delis, everywhere. All it means is it's a fine grind of flour, so it's much finer than your normal cake or bread flour, and it's going to make your pasta silky and smooth. That's 100 grams and 1 egg. That's all you need to make this pasta. That will make you generous main course portion for 1. Thanks. So, egg in there, fork. Whisk it up just until all your wet egg is kind of amalgamated with the flour. And you can tip that out onto your nice clean work surface. Knead it together and turn it around.
And Jen, how much pasta are we making here?
Well, you're making a generous main course for one or a starter for two.
Good.
The reason we've got a little bit left over there is that not all eggs are the same size. In an ideal world they would be. Sometimes you suck up all of that, sometimes you don't. But you never need sort of more, as it were. One egg, 100 grams always turns out just about right. So you can see just in that few seconds how much smoother that's got. If I give that a little squeeze, whoop, it looks like it's breathing on its own. A little poke. Pop it in the fridge for about 20 minutes. And then if you have got a machine, roll it out using the instructions that came with it. If not, rolling pin.
For more excellent tips and recipes, join the dinner set for free now by clicking on the link above. Entertaining, made easy.